It's Wednesday. You know what that means. AEW. Yes. Tonight was another episode of AEW. And whew, guys, if you guys are not excited for AEW Full Gear, which is next Saturday, then I don't know what to tell you. You're missing out, man. You're missing out. Tonight was a great show, and Full Gear is literally setting up to be the pay per view of the year. Like, hands down, the pay per view of the year. Better than WWE's pay per views, better than New Japan Pro Wrestling's pay per views. Like, this is setting up to be pay per view of the freaking year. Now it's next Saturday. I don't want to give this show too much of praise, but this show is setting up to be one hell of a show. And tonight's show was amazing. An amazing, amazing show. So without further ado, let's get on with the review and let's review this show. So let's get this video underway. So, right off the bat, we have Wardlow being interviewed. We got Wardlow and MJF being interviewed. Now, Dasha interviewing Wardlow, saying this is a big opportunity for Wardlow, and Wardlow saying the usual that he's gonna want to win and stuff like that. But then MJF, as a dick as he is, interrupts Wardlow and says that if Wardlow wins the entire tournament and ends up winning the championship, Wardlow would actually give the title to MJF because Wardlow signed an exclusive contract with MJF. And it looked like Wardlow again wanting to beat the living hell out of MJF. But he's under contract with MJF, so. And then all of a sudden, Sammy Guevara of the Inner Circle confronted MJF, and Sammy's pissed. Sammy is livid, and you can see MJF and Sammy Guevara is saying I'm gonna make sure that your ass doesn't end up in the Inner Circle. Like, Sammy Guevara despises MJF, and I just think it's so interesting seeing both MJF and Sammy Guevara, two hated heels, butting heads. So I thought that was freaking incredible, and I thought it was a great segment to start off tonight's episode of AEW. Then we get to our first matchup of the night, which is our first of our two semifinal matchups in the AEW World Championship Tournament. And that's Wardlow going one-on-one against Hangman Adam Page. Woo! What else can I say? Both men beat the living hell out of each other, and I loved every second of it. Hangman Adam Page defeated Wardlow, but what else can I say? Both men are great at what they do. An amazing, amazing matchup between both Adam Page and Wardlow. I'll say it was a little slow, but that's a nitpick in my end. I thought both men still did a great job. And Hangman Adam Page is going to the finals of the AEW World Championship Tournament, which will happen at Full Gear. And again, amazing matchup between both Adam Page and Wardlow. Then we get a Jon Moxley promo, which is amazing as always, setting up for his matchup against Eddie Kingston at Full Gear because they will be fighting for the AEW World Championship in an I Quit match. So I'm extremely excited for that. Then we get to our next match. Eddie Kingston, which, by the way, his theme song is so catchy. So catchy and so badass. If you guys haven't heard Eddie Kingston's theme, it's already on YouTube. I recommend you hear it. Okay, it's very, very catchy. And Eddie Kingston, he had a warm-up matchup, and it was against Matt Sydal. And I thought this was gonna be lackluster because think these are two men with two completely different wrestling styles. You know, Eddie Kingston is like that brawling type of superstar, while Matt Sydal is a high flyer. Well, both men proved me wrong because despite the different wrestling styles, these two still put up a hell of a wrestling clinic. Like, of course, Eddie Kingston defeats Matt Sydal, but I thought this was going to be lackluster, but this ended up being really, really good. Like, this made Eddie Kingston legit, but also, like, made Matt Sydal, like, it was a great showcase match for both Matt Sydal and Eddie Kingston. I really like this matchup. And of course, after the match, Eddie Kingston attacked Matt Sydal and make Matt Sydal say, "I quit." You know, signifying his statement for Jon Moxley for Full Gear. So there's that. Then we had an interview with FTR and the Young Bucks. And of course, they're just talking crap and all that. But one thing that is extremely important that comes out of this interview, that the Young Bucks agreed that if they lose at Full Gear, if the Young Bucks do not walk out of Full Gear, the AEW World Tag Team Champions, they will never fight for the AEW Tag Team Championships ever again. So the Young Bucks are in a Cody Rhodes situation. So if Young Bucks loses at Full Gear, they're never getting another shot at the AEW World Tag Team title. So this is definitely a much win for the Young Bucks. And I think that's going to be an amazing tag team match between both Young Bucks and FTR. I cannot wait for that. Then we get to segment of the night. And I will give you 2 guesses on why. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know your answer? Well, I'm going to tell you anyways. MJF and Chris Jericho. Okay? Every time there's a segment, it's a must watch. It doesn't matter if you're like a WWE fan or AEW fan or a New Japan fan. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of wrestling fan you are. Every time you see MJF and Chris Jericho, it is a must watch for everyone in the wrestling community. Because every time both of these men have a segment together, pure gold. Pure freaking gold. So this was the segment where it was like a round table, like a town hall meeting of if MJF should join the Inner Circle. Of course, they treat it like it's a town meeting. Like we had Dasha Fuentes, which was beautiful, by the way, and Tony Schiavone as monitors in front of the stage. You can see the Inner Circle in the ring. MJF is sitting down, and he's being asked questions from Luchasaurus, Britt Baker, Peter Avalon, and my boy, I'm back. I'm better than ever. I'm back. Dun, 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 dun. I'm back. Dun, 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 dun. My boy, Eric freaking Bischoff. Okay, you cannot go wrong with Eric Bischoff. And yeah, this segment was amazing from top to bottom. Even explaining it would not do it any justice. Like, I'm not gonna say like it was better than the dinner debonair from last week. Like, nothing's gonna beat that. That's the segment of 2020. Okay, but this was a great segment. But guys, our prayers have been answered. Our prayers have been answered. Okay? If you guys watch AEW tonight, you know where I'm going with this. But for the people that haven't watched AEW tonight, first of all, what are you doing? Secondly, guys, our prayers have been answered. Whoo! Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Here we go. Chris Jericho versus MJF at Full Gear. Let me say again. Chris Jericho, the Le Champion, versus the Salt of the Earth, MJF at Full Gear. Let me say it one more time. Chris Jericho versus MJF at Full Gear. Take my money. Take my freaking money, AEW, bro. If you got, like, I don't know how you cannot get, like, it's Chris Jericho versus MJF, okay? And there's a stipulation in that match where if MJF defeats Chris Jericho at Full Gear, MJF joins the Inner Circle. AEW is taking my $60. AEW is taking my $60. I am watching Full Gear live. Okay, and oh my god. Like, I knew Jericho versus MJF was teased, and once they started, like, teasing this, like, bro, I said it from, like, a couple of videos back that if this was announced at Full Gear, they would take my money. Well, they announced it, and a deal's a deal. They are taking my money. I am definitely going to watch it live. A day off, I'm going to go to my PlayStation, pay from my own debit card, and watching Full Gear. Okay, I am a sucker for this match happening, and I cannot wait to see Chris Jericho versus MJF. Okay, this is one of the most anticipated matchups of 2020. Guys, even if you're not an AEW fan, I recommend you watch Full Gear live. Even if you're not an even if you're a fan of WWE or New Japan Pro Wrestling or Impact Wrestling or Ring of Honor or any kind of wrestling promotion, please watch Full Gear. Like, the way, like, everything is culminating, like, bro, this is one of the most anticipated pay-per-views of 2020, and this might end up being pay-per-view of 2020. Guys, I'm a mark for this happening. I cannot wait for Chris Jericho versus MJF at Full Gear. It's happening. It's freaking happening. Like, I just can't believe it. I am so freaking excited for this. I am so excited for this, man. And also announce for next week, Sammy Guevara and Ortiz of the Inner Circle, which, by the way, are two men that definitely do not want MJF in the Inner Circle. They will team up against MJF and Wardlow. So that's going to be an interesting tag team match for next week. I'm just so excited for Jericho and MJF. Bro, I can't be the only one. Like, if you guys are excited for Jericho and MJF, go to the comment section. Like, say, I am excited for Jericho and MJF, man. Like, I don't know about you, but I am so hyped for that match. I am so freaking hyped. Then we get to our next matchup. Cody Rhodes versus Orange Cassidy for the TNT title in a lumberjack match. Now, I'm not a fan of lumberjack matches. I just don't like lumberjack matches. They're just not my favorite gimmick match. So, like, the match wasn't bad between Cody and Cassidy. Like, I, I just, I'm just not a fan of lumberjack matches. I just don't like lumberjack matches. Cody Rhodes, like, it was a good match though. It was still a really, really good match. Cody Rhodes retained the TNT title against Orange Cassidy, but because of interference from John Silver of the Dark Order, and it has been announced that the Dark Order, that John Silver will face Orange Cassidy in the buy-in of Full Gear. So that is going to be very, very interesting. Then backstage, we have best friends walking to their locker room, and you can see Miro and Kip Sabian like apologizing for their attack. And by the way, Penelope Ford did a cosplay for Orange Cassidy, and she did a great job. Well, yeah. So these quotation marks, yeah, it wasn't really apology. Miro, formerly known as Rusev, now known as Miro, and Kip Sabian attacked best friends once again. So nothing too crazy there. Then we got a developing story. So apparently Thunder Rosa is not NWA Women's Champion anymore. She lost it last night to Serena Deeb at an NWA live event, which was shocking. I did not I thought Thunder Rosa was going to have that title for a very, very long time, but Serena Deeb is now your NWA Women's Champion. So crazy. And of course, there's a lot of stories going around that Thunder Rosa might go to WWE, which I hope and pray that's not the case. Because my biggest fear is WWE ruining her. That's my biggest fear for Thunder Rosa. It's WWE ruining her. I just don't trust WWE. Okay? They already ruined so many superstars in their roster. Like, so many. So many. Okay? WWE, like, if she wants to still stay relevant, like in the wrestling scene, she needs to stay far away from WWE. WWE is the last place to be. Like, WWE is where your character and your love for professional wrestling goes to die. Okay? It goes to die. Okay? Thunder Rosa, please, I beg you, don't go to WWE. You're an amazing character. You're an amazing wrestler. I don't want you to be ruined by WWE. Okay? Maybe if WWE starts to get better and starts making actual stars and making great storylines, then okay. But please, Thunder Rosa, you're better than WWE. You're better than WWE. Okay? I beg you. I beg you, please don't go to WWE. I don't want WWE to ruin you. I do not trust WWE handling you, Thunder Rosa. Please, I beg you, don't go to WWE. Please sign to AEW. Or if you don't want to go AEW, go to Stardom or Ring of Honor or Impact Wrestling. Just stay away from WWE, please. I beg you, please stay away from WWE. Too many superstars have been ruined because of the hands of Vince McMahon, Bruce Prichard, and WWE Creative. Okay? Please, Thunder Rosa, don't go to WWE. Go to anywhere else, but not WWE. Please. Please. Okay. Yeah. So Serena Deeb, the new NWA Women's Champion, went one-on-one against the debut of Layla Hirsch, who is actually Russian. So I thought that was cool. We don't get enough Russian professional wrestlers, well, other than Miro, but he's technically Bulgarian. I don't know if that's a part of Russia. Yeah, I'm too tired to look it up. So I thought it was a great match. I thought it was a really, really good match. It was like a female matchup of like Ricky Steamboat versus Ric Flair. Now, Serena Deeb and later Hertz didn't have matches in the caliber of Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair, but it had like an old school feel to it. Like I really appreciate both of these ladies' work. I thought it was a really, really good match between Serena Deeb and Layla Hirsch. Then we get to probably our only negative of tonight. And so Hikaru Shida, the AEW Women's Champion, is being interviewed. And the interviewer is saying that, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. So the interviewer is saying that Nyla Rose would not wrestle again until she has a title shot at the AEW Women's Championship. I'm like, okay, that's only gonna hurt Nia. Because I don't know. And then it was announced that Hikaru Shida will defend the AEW Women's Championship against Nyla Rose at Full Gear. Why? Why though? Why not go with Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker? See, now my pleading is turning into annoyance a little bit. Because again, they have the talent. Just showcase them. Like, Britt Baker has been doing a great job. Okay? Why not give her the championship shot? And plus, both Hikaru Shida and Britt Baker have history. They have history. The story writes itself. Okay, I love AEW, but it's kind of pissing me off with their treatment of the women's division. Okay, like, come on, showcase the women. You got the talent. Showcase them. Give them something to do. It just boggles my mind that the NWA Women's Championship is being showcased more than the AEW Women's Championship. Come on, guys. You got Hikaru Shida, Penelope Ford, Britt Baker, Evil freaking Lise, Diamante, who was also a part of the original LAX, by the way. Like, Abaddon, Anna Jay, like, Tana Arcanti, like, come on. You have the talent. Showcase them. Please, showcase them. Give them something to do. Give them good storylines. Okay, you have the talent. Okay, we've seen most of these women like showcase already. Just give them something to do. Give them good storylines. You don't even have to do much with Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker. Like, the story writes itself. The story writes itself. Okay, I was extremely disappointed that Hikaru Shida will not defend the AEW Women's Championship against Britt Baker in Full Gear. Instead, she's going against Nyla Rose, and I just feel bad for the women's division right now. Like, AEW is doing a great job, but I'm gonna, like, even though I love AEW, but I also gotta call them out on some of their bullshit, and it's just pissing me off of the treatment of the women's division right now. It really, really does. The WWE, okay, that WWE, which is at a shitty state right now, which cannot make any stars, have shitty storyline, have boring ass shows. Yet they're doing a great job with the women's division in AEW. And it hurts my soul to say that. That WWE is doing better with his women's division than All Elite Wrestling. It's just, like, come on, guys. Come on, AEW. Please. Like, I know I'm just a small YouTuber. I know I'm just one man, but like, come on. Please. You got the talent. Showcase the women a little bit more, please. That's all I'm asking. Give them something to do. Give them good storylines, please. Please. That's all I gotta say. Like, I want WWE to succeed too, but like, they're not doing good right now. You're doing good. Okay? Like, please, AEW, please. Please showcase your women a little bit more. And please give them some storylines. Please give them something to do. So that's my little rant on the AEW women's division. Then we get back to the positives. Shawn Spears is back in action. We haven't seen Shawn Spears in a while. I don't know if he was like injured or if he had like COVID. I don't know what's going on with him, but he is officially back on AEW TV, and I am happy. And basically, it was a squash match. Shawn Spears defeated his opponent with a Death Valley driver, the C4, and Shawn Spears won. And so after the match, trash was being thrown in the ring, and it was a dude in a bull costume. So he gets thrown into the ring by Shawn Spears. He turns around, talking to Tully Blanchard, being all cocky. But then someone, the bull mask, takes off the bull helmet, and it ended up being Scorpio Sky, which we also haven't. Well, we have seen a lot of him on AEW Dark, but we haven't seen him in AEW TV in a while. And then Scorpio Sky hit the TKO on Shawn Spears. So that is extremely, extremely interesting. And of course, it has been announced for next week that Scorpio Sky and Shawn Spears will go at it one-on-one. Also, Miro and Trent Beretta, best friends, will go against each other next week. And also, a 6-man tag team match has been announced for next week as Cody Rhodes and the Guns, Billy and Austin Gunn, will go against Dark Order members. I believe it was Alex Reynolds, John Silver, and Ted. Yeah, I believe it was those three announced for next week. And also, Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston will come face to face one more time next week. So then we get to our main event of the evening. And it was the second semi-final matchup in the AEW World Championship Tournament between Kenny Omega, the best bout machine, and Cero Miedo Pentagon Jr. Now, originally it was supposed to be Kenny Omega versus Ray Felix, but unfortunately, Ray Felix got injured, which sucked because I really, really wanted to see the matchup between Kenny Omega and Ray Felix. But Omega and Pentagon, it wasn't bad. Like, it was a great, amazing substitution. And this was obviously an all-in rematch from, like, I believe 2 years ago, because I believe All In was like a year or two ago. So they had their match. Well, by the way, the girls in Kenny Omega's entrance are called the Sweepers. Okay. And of course, they were wearing like their blue bikinis once again. And they were wearing like luchador mask, like playing mind games, like one girl was wearing a Ray Felix mask, while the other girl was wearing a Pentagon mask. So I thought that was very interesting. And by the way, the girls, fine as always. So we get to the match. By the way, this we saw a more aggressive and cocky side of Kenny Omega, and and trust me, we are getting that heel turn real soon, and I cannot wait for heel Kenny Omega. But guys, what can I say? It's Kenny Omega versus Pentagon Jr. They obviously have match of the freaking night. Okay? And this match was actually so good that I thought that this matchup was better than their all-in match. I'm not saying that their all-in match was bad. I thought it was a great match. But this matchup, I thought, in my personal opinion, that this match, that match that they had tonight on AEW was way better than what they did at All In. So yeah, every time these two men come face to face, they both men have great chemistry, great chemistry. So Kenny Omega wins with a one-winged angel against Pentagon Jr. And Kenny Omega is going to Full Gear to compete in the finals of the AEW World Championship Tournament and will face his supposedly best friend, Hangman Adam Page, in the finals. I cannot wait for that matchup. But overall, solid show. And I cannot wait for Full Gear. AEW is setting up, like, Full Gear is setting up to be pay-per-view of the year. And honestly, I cannot wait. AEW, expect me to watch Full Gear live. Expect me to watch Full Gear live. So, I want to hear you in the comment section. So, what did you think about tonight's show? Like, to me, I thought tonight's show was extremely solid. An amazing show. And did a great job hyping me up for Full Gear. So, I'm extremely excited. I am definitely excited for Chris Jericho versus MJF. I thought it was an amazing show tonight, as always. So, I want to hear you in the comment section. Did you guys like the show? Did you guys not like the show? Was there something you like? Was there something you hated? Sound off in the comment section. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this show. And remember, everyone in the comment section, be nice. Okay, don't be an asshole. Just because someone has a different opinion doesn't mean you can be an asshole. Okay, everyone has a right to their opinion. Okay, this is a no judging zone in my channel. Okay, so be nice in the comment section. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching my video / live stream, and I hope you have an amazing night. Or if you're watching from somewhere else in the world, good morning or good afternoon. But yeah, from where I am, it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm tired. I got to tomorrow. So good night, everyone. Buenos dias. Buenas noches. I don't know why I said good morning in Spanish. Buenas noches. Good night. Buenas noches.